We actually, for the first time ever, have made a Curvy Girl bridal magazine.
Pause for applause. So this is our magazine. Can I just say that yesterday and Saturday, it was like 2 or 3 people were up at the desk and they were like, "That's you." And I was like, "Thanks, me." Yeah, I mean, you can definitely see this. Like, what is this, 4 or 5 pages?
Yeah, it's about a 4-page spread,
5
pages.
spread. Yeah.
And we broke it down so like a year out, as soon as you get engaged, 12 to 14 months out, 6 months out, 3, 4, stuff like that.
For
there are
local
vendors
vendors,
in the magazine who were so gracious enough to say, if you are an Ivory and Maine customer or have the Ivory and Maine magazine, just mention it and you get the whatever discount. Some of them have given like little coupon codes and stuff, but it's definitely worth grabbing one. You can get it online on our website, and we will actually add the link to this here, or you can come into the store.
Pick one up.
Yes.
You can pass this on to people
Pass this
because there's
on
so
to
much
your
like great
brides.
information in it.
Yes.
So like after you use it, obviously there'll be other ones, but if you use it and you know someone else is getting married, give it to them.
Another thing that we have been adding to the store.
Oh yay! I've been waiting to
exciting.
talk about this.
Yes.
Love that.
Proms and moms.
Proms and moms.
There's another section on our website now. It's
Yes.
Proms and moms.
Yeah.
As much as we're predominantly bridal, we do have our girls who, they're going to prom, they're having their sweet 16, or any moms, and we want to be able to accommodate them too and have a safe space for them to find their dress.
They're really doing this entire industry a disservice because
Yes.
you're not catering to these young girls who are going to buy, they're going to spend the money, they're going to buy the dress. They just want to feel beautiful,
Yeah, of
and they're
course.
not bringing in the sizes. It's really
Yeah.
atrocious. If I go online, it's like, oh well, we'll cut this dress. Yeah, we're making this dress in plus size. Oh, but not that color.
And that goes into also don't buy a dress with like these thoughts in your head that this will look great once I lose the stomach weight. Or
That is the most important tip ever.
No,
Thank you
that's
for bringing
it.
that up. I feel like every customer that comes in here, our ultimate goal, and this is what I tell all stylists when we're training, is that the ultimate goal is to have them leave 10 times more confident than when they walked in.
You shouldn't be walking in the aisle in a dress that your family picked and not you. Like, you need to love it. You don't have to have bridal tears. You don't have to cry.
Yeah.
There
I
doesn't
didn't
need
cry.
to be that. I didn't cry either.
I didn't cry for any of my 3.
Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of
Brides, Booze, and Boobs.
I've been practicing it for
Okay.
the last 30 seconds. I know the 3 words. It's just the order.
It's alright.
I'll get it.
Brides, booze, and boobs. Boobies last, because you
last.
save the best for last.
That's right. That's a good way to remember.
Yeah.
Boobies.
I was showing them.
still
You don't
waiting
have
for
yours
it.
out today.
I
Bigger.
don't. I actually haven't. Since Corinne told me my boobs are gonna look like they got bigger, I've been concealing them.
You're supposed to display them when you get a compliment like that.
Yeah, really.
Take them out.
I was like, then I've been like closing my cardigans a little bit more.
Whenever
I'm
I
like,
wear
wow,
like turtlenecks and
HR?
stuff, I'm always like... Whenever I wear like turtlenecks and stuff, I always feel like I'm doing a disservice.
I feel like I
Look at
am
that.
too, actually.
Yeah.
But you know
That
what?
to the world. You know what they want. You know what they're coming here for.
I know. If you have them, you might as well show them.
At the end of the day, I'm a taken woman, so I tried this vest for the first time.
You're
Yeah.
vesting it today.
She's really covered up.
I was late
She
because
really
I didn't
is.
know.
She's getting,
Yeah,
like,
so I have a
she's, like,
turtleneck under this
sleeved up.
too. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Wow, she's modest.
I'm
A
being
year to go.
modest.
Yeah.
A year to
Wow.
the wedding. She's
tomorrow,
Not even
don't
9
worry.
months.
Yeah, actually,
Oh,
close.
It's like a baby.
yeah.
Let's not talk about babies here. Thank you, Corinne.
You're welcome.
Don't jinx me, because we're 9 months out. Like, there's no way.
Yeah, it's crunch time.
No, it's fine. We're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, 9 months is scary, though. Once we hit 2023, I think I panicked a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little.
It's scary.
Like, wow. I have a lot to
It's
do
here.
still.
Yes, you're in the wedding year.
Yeah.
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 crazy.
So I don't know how there are some 2023 like September brides who don't have dresses yet. Makes me panic a little bit.
It makes us all panic.
They
a
come
little
in and
bit.
I'm like, oh my God, your wedding is a week before mine. I'm like, why don't you have a dress?
I have at least 3.
And we have a lot of September
So many.
brides.
Oh
coming
my
Yes.
in.
gosh. And then I kind of panic a little bit for them.
Yeah.
And I'm
But
like,
that makes me worry too, because it's the Septembers are coming in now, and what happens when now we're gonna get the October And then it's gonna February, Valentine's Day is coming. Everyone wants to get married in the fall. It's a great
geez.
time, and that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
We're all for it, but
Yeah.
just make sure that you're going
Yeah.
to your appointments and making decisions.
I don't know. For me, the dress, and still to this day, is the most important part to me.
Heard noises. Sorry.
So I'm
Husband
just
means
like,
nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an afterthought.
yeah.
Totally.
Oh, well, I said this to a bride the other day because we were talking about like what the women wear and what the men wear, and she was like, no one's gonna be looking at like the men's tux and be like, oh my god, where did he get that from?
True story.
But everyone's gonna be looking at the bride like, where'd you get your dress
Of
from?
course.
Obviously.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then, of course, you want to say Ivory, Maine.
Yes.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Thank you for that input.
You're welcome. I just wanted to plug us.
So actually, speaking of plugs,
Yeah, what are we talking about? What? That's a whole different
Sorry.
conversation.
guys, I knew this was gonna go this direction today.
No, we're not.
Speaking of plugs, we're gonna plug ourselves again.
I'm like, we're not.
It's getting worse.
Keeps getting worse.
We haven't mentioned the biggest thing we've been working on yet.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Making more sense.
So, Corinne, do you want to do the honors?
No.
No.
You do it.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you do it.
Aw, thank you.
You're welcome.
too.
This will be the last time.
Okay,
Go on.
thank you.
Savor it.
Savor it. Go on.
So, we actually, for the first time ever, have made a Curvy Girl bridal magazine.
Pause for applause.
Flash it in the bottom.
We need to get sound effects.
I actually need a copy here so we can show the YouTube fam.
If it's
Oh, I'm like, what is she doing? She's not showing
Gia's gonna
anything.
Vanna White it for us and
Yeah.
present it.
Slide it over.
Wait, Gia. Wait, Gia can actually be her feature.
That's the second time, by the way, that the magazines have fallen.
So Gia, I want you to do this Price is Right style. We're gonna come up to the front
Come on
in front of the
down.
camera
She's getting ready. She's dressed for it.
with the
today.
magazine and show it off.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ding.
Duck a little, it might be low. She's tall. So this is our magazine. Can I just say that yesterday and Saturday, it was like 2 or 3 people were up at the desk and they were like, "That's you." And I was like, "It's me." So yeah, it was not my idea to put me on the cover.
It was mine.
Yeah, and I was kind of like,
I love this picture of you.
Thank
So I was
you.
like, it has to be the first ever edition.
I'm in love
Next
with
time
it.
we'll do a bride, maybe.
It's
We'll
fine.
figure it out.
It's fine,
We
but-
gotta. Yeah, it depends. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah. We know.
I think everyone needs a magazine though.
Yeah.
Like if you're planning your wedding, in this you're gonna have your wedding checklist, timeline. So I designed this so that you can actually cut it right out of the magazine
I was gonna say, just
and
yeah,
hang it up
get it up.
and be like, okay, this is my like a vision board.
Count,
Every day,
absolutely.
wake up, look at it, and be like, what do I have to
Where
do
should
today?
I
Can I tell you the best thing about this magazine? The fact that it's like not like itty bitty.
So yes, we designed it so that you could just cut it out. It's not itty bitty, so you can definitely still read.
Yeah.
From far away even.
Yeah, I mean you can definitely see this. Like this is what is this? 4 or 5 pages?
Yeah, it's about a 4-page
Yeah, it's-
spread,
no,
5-page spread.
Yeah.
And we broke it down so like a year out, as soon as you get engaged, 12 to 14 months out, 6 months out, 3, 4, stuff like that.
Where you should be.
And there's like
Done.
great I love the glossary is so cute because a lot of girls come in there and don't know what to like look for or like ask their stylist for. So it's nice that this glossary whatever is in here. Like really
It'll help you like to know the terms when you do go into your appointment.
Crossword.
Yeah.
The crossword's adorable.
Oh yeah, so we have little games in there. We have a crossword, a word scramble.
Bingo.
Yes,
And
the bingo's
all the
fun.
models in here are plus
Yes.
size.
Yes.
And ours specifically.
Yeah.
And if you know
Shoot.
Alexandra Rodriguez,
Yes.
Yeah,
she's a
she used to be
YouTuber.
learning to be fearless.
She actually has a whole interview in here about finding her wedding dress because she did buy her wedding dress with us here. So yeah, lots of fun things.
Yeah. Talks about our podcast.
Elle just mentioned something very important. We also have coupons.
Yeah.
So there
For
are
local
vendors
vendors, yeah.
in the magazine who were so gracious enough to say, if you are an Ivory and Main customer or have the Ivory and Main magazine, just mention it and you get the whatever discount. Some of them have given like little coupon codes and stuff that you have to use when you're emailing them or whatever. But it's definitely worth grabbing one. You can get it online on our website, and we will actually add the link to this here. Or you can come into the store
and pick one up.
Yes. Any of our brides, you'll be walking out of here with a magazine. Don't worry.
Yeah. And if we forget to give it to you, tell us.
Mention it. Yeah, it's right in the front when you're like checking out and everything too.
Yeah, so you can just grab one.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but
and
I think
you'll
it's
see it in like certain places too. But
it's definitely worth having
you'll
a
see it
copy.
It is worth it.
Yes.
Because we don't really, for bridal, we don't really have anything like this.
Yeah, it's just like a little Bible.
Right, exactly.
Like, this is everything you need to know, like keeping confidence and stuff for your wedding, stuff like that. And it's not the only one. There will be more coming.
Yes.
Stay tuned.
Yay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This
so
is
now
exciting.
That's something we've been working on. I think we like left a little Easter eggs in previous podcasts where we're like, something's coming. This is what was coming. It's here.
And we have other stuff coming too, but this was like, this was the big one.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was, and this is like a real, like this isn't like, this is
I know.
solid.
Yeah.
I keep it
It's
on
like
my
a
coffee
book.
table.
Like, don't throw this out.
Yeah, legit.
You can pass this
Yeah.
on to people
Pass this
because there's
on
so
to
much
your
like great
brides.
information in it.
Yes.
So like if you, after you use it, obviously there'll be other ones, but if you use it and you know someone else is
Yes.
getting married, give it to them because
Yeah.
there's
Totally.
really great. I mean, maybe
Yeah.
don't do the crosswords in it.
It's fine. It's all
We're
mine
gonna
too.
lose out. It's
Or
fine.
just grab another one.
Yeah.
Come back in.
that too. Of
Yeah,
course.
tell them to come here or go on
Yeah.
our website because there is a digital download. But if anyone requests and they want it shipped to them, DM us.
We can
send
ship
us
you
an
a,
email.
yeah, a physical copy.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
It's good to have because, like you
Squeaky
said,
waters.
we have the brides coming in that are like, I'm getting married in September, I don't have my dress. Because they're getting so much different information on the internet. It's
Yes.
like incorrect information sometimes that
Yeah.
this is
I don't know if
good.
anyone noticed, and I really need to check up on it, but the knot was telling people like
months.
8 months.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know where.
Well, so here's what I've been thinking
I'm
lately.
like a little upset with the knot.
Is
Like,
it a
stop
little
doing
different?
that.
Yeah.
Is it a
State
little
by
different
state.
for maybe curvy bridal? Only because, hear me out, we never have like dresses in stock from the designer. They don't make stock of the larger sizes. But you can always get like an 8, 10, 12.
Not always though, because think
True.
about
Not all the
but
dresses.
they definitely have more available to them
Yes.
than we have.
For
but
us,
it's not
it's like
always.
Your dress that you order is being made
Yeah,
for you.
it's very few and
We're
far
not
between
pulling
that
stock
we ever
of it.
have.
Yeah.
No, never.
Yeah, because every time we do have a bride come in who is on the smaller side, she's like an 8 or something. I feel like it's always in stock, and then it's here in the next like month,
right.
rather than having it like actually physically made for someone, and then it takes many months.
Yeah.
you know. So that was just my thought process
Yeah,
on
that
that.
could be the reason.
So I mean, it's just best to be ahead of the game anyway.
For sure.
Well, you know what it is? You keep yourself out of that panic situation.
Oh God, yes, the
Because
panic.
it really,
Decorations.
right now, you're at your bridal appointment, you're trying on these dresses, everything's great, and we're explaining to you what the situation is. And I think the girls kind of look at us, and I'm sure they do it with other stores too. They're like, yeah, I have time. Your family is sitting there being like, you don't have to make a decision today. But here's the thing. Let's say, okay, you come back in 2-3 weeks or a month or whatever it is, and now you buy your dress. Now we're 8 months into your wedding. Now we're getting closer to your wedding, and now you're going, where's my dress?
Yes.
And now you're calling us being like, do you have an ETA on my dress?
Yeah.
Well, no, we don't. Like we don't know. We're not.
Yes.
Your dress is
Yes.
only going to come, let's say, 2 months before the
Yeah.
wedding. And now if it is delayed, now you're giving yourself a panic situation and something that honestly you can't blame any store or designer on at that point because
Yes.
you were late to the game. And it's not. It's unfair, but there's nothing. It's out of our control.
Yeah.
Yes.
So give yourself enough time so that you're not putting yourself
Yeah.
in that situation.
Also, not only that, but when I got one of my dresses, I had to sleep on it. I slept on it for like a week or two. The price went up $300.
Yes.
In that amount of time.
Oh well, right now it's crazy. Everything's going
And I'm
up.
like,
And the
I knew
businesses
this was
are
my
just gonna follow
dress.
suit.
Why did I not just, I get it. Sometimes you have to sleep on it. I did it. But then I always kick myself because I'm like, I knew that was my
wound up
dress.
going
My
on.
mother knew that was the dress. And I was the one that was like, I need to think on it. Why? that thinking cost me $300.
It's not
Yeah.
worth it.
It's not worth it.
No.
Not
Yeah.
$300 worth it.
Yeah.
And that, you know what, that's another thing too, because some of the designers that still do have like rush available, now you're gonna have to pay an extra fee. So even if it doesn't go up, it could go up because of a rush fee because you were late to the game as well. So, you
And I
know,
feel like it's
there's certain things that are unavoidable though.
totally,
Like if you're
exactly.
like, we have to get married. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
just
Yeah.
started to
Then and
plan, and
there,
that and
right,
these
is
are
what it
things.
is,
But
right.
just keep in mind that
course.
this is what
Yeah.
it is, and
Yes.
this is, you know. But if you have plenty of time, if you're coming in 12 to 14 months before, and you're like, I need to think on it, and you're taking 2-3 months, then you can't blame anyone.
And I also feel like that's such a myth, like not only me, but working with other brides, to feel like you have to go to like 4-5 appointments, different places. I feel like that has only, in my experience with other brides, made their decision like they
Like
were
cloud your
overloaded.
whole-
They were like overloaded,
Yeah.
like sensory overload, where you're like, I
Like,
the
they all
top
look the
and bottom-
same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It just starts.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think it could
Yeah,
go.
can I get the top of I love the top of this dress, but I don't like the bottom. Okay,
Damn
this is
it,
not
say
your dress.
yes
Let's
to the
move on.
dress.
Yeah.
We could totally do,
Exactly.
like, damn it.
Exactly. So then another thing that we have been adding to the store.
Oh yay! I've been waiting to
exciting.
talk about this.
Yes.
Love that.
Proms and moms.
Proms and moms.
There's another section on our website now. It's
Yes.
Proms and moms.
Yeah.
Because, you know, as much as we're predominantly bridal, we do have our girls who, you know, they're going to prom, they're having their sweet 16, or any moms, and we want to be able to accommodate them too and have a safe space for them to find their dress and feel beautiful in dresses and not, I mean, I went shopping with my mom for her dress and they were like, can you imagine it? Because she couldn't fit into them.
Yeah.
Like the largest size they had was like maybe a 16, and my mom was like, great, I could put my thigh in this.
I know. Start with the
So,
imagining.
yeah, and
I
then
think the
it's
thing
just
with this-
discouraging.
It is discouraging, and I think the biggest thing is that if we're gonna educate like people going forward on like size inclusivity and stuff like that, we need to start with the younger generation. So having a girl that's a size 18, just normally an 18, go to a store and not be able to try anything on at 16, 17 years old is unfair to her, and she's gonna get this notion in her head that I'm not, you know, well, we're not basically not
Yes.
including them.
Yeah.
Your size doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So it's really kind of like, it's very discouraging, and
Yeah.
you see how upset I get about it. Like I'm
Yeah.
just like, I don't know, like
And
I
that
get very
age-
cursy.
That age is it's the most crucial time, I think, for self-esteem. Because when you're a young girl, like in high school, and you know you're trying to find a prom dress, and all these other girls are getting these like really nice,
Slinky.
sexy, slinky
Yeah.
dresses, and you go into a store and they're like, "We have nothing for you." Like,
Well, it's not a matter of them being like, it's that we have nothing for you to try on.
yes,
So you can pick,
Well, like, that's
you
what
can
I
pick
mean.
anything you want.
Yeah.
Well, that's not necessarily true too, because a lot of the designers, which we're having a problem with now, don't carry the plus sizes, so they only go up to a 16, 18, but
Yeah.
it runs the same way bridal runs.
Yeah.
So it's evening wear and it runs 2 sizes smaller. So if you go in at a 16, 18, now you're a 20, 22, and now there is nothing. So you're picking from a picture and being like, oh yeah, you can pick any of these. Oh wow, that's great, but you can't try anything on.
See it on your body.
And we might not have that one. That one doesn't go to a 22. That one doesn't go to an 18. That one doesn't. And that's really discouraging. And that's what we're finding with even looking for designers.
Yeah.
They're really doing this entire industry a disservice because
Yes.
you're not catering to these young girls who are going to buy, they're going to spend the money. They're going to buy the dress. They just want to feel beautiful,
Yeah, of
and they're
course.
not bringing in the sizes. It's really
Yeah.
atrocious. If I go online, it's like, oh, well, we'll cut this dress. Yeah, we're making this dress in plus size. Oh, but not that color.
yes, that
Yeah.
that was like the most disheartening
Yes.
thing for me too. You know, having several customers who are like, "I love this dress, fall in love," and I'm like, "Great," because it comes in that size, but they want a different color. And then I go on the portal and they're like, "Mm-mm."
No,
That's not
we're not
gonna
going to cut
happen.
that in that color. Why?
Like why?
not?
It's you have the
So
pattern.
wrong.
What's wrong with the color?
I know,
like
of course.
so that was really disheartening,
It's a
and then I
nice-
was very frustrated.
It's a nice
Yeah.
customer
We get
arc
just as
to have them here for prom, and then in a few years.
That's
like,
true
you know
too.
What I mean?
She's right.
Like,
Prom,
they
and then
remember
if
that-
they need anything
Yeah.
else, any other evening wear,
Regular
they're in a
safe
wedding,
space.
and
Yeah.
and then they get married. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
nice to be able to capture that.
You're like
You know.
growing up with the client.
Aw.
You
Yeah.
know.
I
I
love that.
definitely wish we had more space for the girls, but it is right now there isn't a lot out there. And the other thing is that the ones that I do find in plus size are like, meh, I'm not loving them.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, what is this? Like, why are you putting her in this?
I know.
Because she's a 6, that's not, but you think about that's not big, 16, 18. She's curvy. Like, that's basically it.
And it's show them like the mother section, like, or things that are more matronly or grandmothery.
That's terrible.
And you want to feel young still,
right?
Like, you know.
Or here's this bridesmaid's dress you can wear. Why? I don't understand.
It obviously will look like that. You know what I mean? It'll look bridal. It won't look Sweet 16.
Right, exactly. Or prom. And we know Sweet 16 girls want this, like, usually over the top, beaded sparkle. Like, we get it. And it's really just, there's so many girls out there that it's really, it makes me very upset. Like, very upset.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, it's really sad.
And it's the worst thing ever to tell someone, I'm sorry, that's not going to come in your size or the size that you need. Or this is what we're going to have to do in alterations now because it won't come in your size. Like, especially as a young girl, I think if someone told me that, I would be very, discouraged and just, because you beat yourself up. We're our own worst critics. So then you're going to go home and be like, wow, I can't even buy a dress in my size.
Right.
Yes.
That sucks. Yep. And I hate to tell anyone that they can't buy a dress. You can't find a dress.
The conversation in itself is like embarrassing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At that age,
and the thing is too is that, like Elle was saying before, if the girl comes in at a Sweet 16 and she feels comfortable and confident in what we have for her, she's gonna come back at prom and be like, okay, I need another dress. And the thing is, she feels like it's not even about the sale; it's about the safe space for her, where she was able to try on a couple of different styles and find something that she like really liked.
Yeah.
So, like you said, it really. Oh, sorry. I punched you. You know, I don't know. It's just.
It's nice to hear moms say, like, I wish this was a thing when I was,
when
I was shopping for.
You know,
that's what everyone says.
That's really funny because I do feel like the moms, when they come in, they're so hard on themselves, and we've talked about this in other podcasts too. But I think, and this just kind of came to me, it's from years of them not being catered to and being told, you need to lose weight, you need to do this, you're too big, blah, blah, blah. So it's like embedded in their brain. So that's why when they come in, they're hard on themselves, they're hard on their daughters that are becoming, brides, they're hard on their kids that are going to prom.
We need to break that cycle.
Yes.
We definitely need to break that
That's
cycle.
the plan here. That's the ultimate goal, I think, is, if you work on, building that self-esteem and confidence level for the younger generation, they're not going to grow up and say to their children, you need to lose weight, or you have to wear sleeves for your wedding, or you have to cover that up. You can't wear a fitted dress.
I still hate that.
Still come in and
It
say
still
that.
bothers
every day.
me. It's every day.
Like, imagine when you lose weight,
Oh,
she's going to lose a little weight. Like, but she looks great now as is, so don't tie yourself to that. But they can't help it.
Because the thing is, too, is that, again, go back to the same thing. You're putting sleeves on her. Now, you know what? She looked beautiful with the thin strap, the spaghetti strap, or the little, but now you're just drawing attention to her arms.
Yes.
So what are you doing? Like, let your
And
stylist.
not only are you drawing attention to her arms, but you're making her feel like she has to wear sleeves for her wedding day now.
Obvious.
And if she wasn't already self-conscious about it, you're making her self-conscious about it.
Yeah.
So,
if it's a style choice, fine. If it's a need to cover up and to hide, no sleeve is going to hide the fact that you're a plus size.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's not going to make you look like a size 2. It's going to make you, it's just going to draw attention to it. So I wish they would stop doing that. Mothers of the world, knock it off now. Just cut your shit out.
Exactly.
Stop it.
Feel bad. It's true.
Mothers of the world.
The worst comments come from the family.
It's true.
It really sucks.
It is.
Listen, I have a 17-year-old, Gianna.
Yes.
And
we all know Gianna.
When we went to, I remember, it was backwards. When we went, I'm not going to say, we went to go get Gianna's Sweet 16 dress because I was like, I don't know what to do at this point. Oh, we didn't carry them.
Right.
And Gianna wound up buying a dress. She was only able to try on 2 dresses in the entire ginormous store. Huge store. 2 dresses. When we got in the car, I was like, why did you buy that? Like, I know you don't love it. And she was like, but there was nothing else. And I didn't want to not have anything.
Right.
Maybe we can make this into something. And I was like, that was a waste of money because now I can't freaking return it.
Yeah.
I was like, and it was like $300.
Yeah,
and I was just like, and the alteration, right.
Else.
And then I was like, absolutely not. And then I was like, we're going to go back and let's look at like Adriana Papel and like dresses like that I knew because Gianna at the time was only like maybe like a 16. So I was like, we're going to figure something out.
Yeah.
And, it just like really like blew my mind that like where I as the mom was like, no, you can wear anything.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And she felt like she had to pick something because she didn't want nothing.
Yeah,
That sucks.
of course.
And the dress was.
Oh god.
Yeah, because you have to get something to
She
just fit
hated
you.
it too.
Oh
Like when
my
we get,
God.
I was like, "Where?
You
What
could
is
tell.
this? What's
Oh.
happening?"
Why'd you wait till you got home?
Well, we didn't when we got in the car because what am I gonna do? She's like practically in tears in the store.
Oh.
She knows this is the only thing. Like
no.
at this point, I'm literally buying it just to like appease her
Yeah.
because I don't want her to walk out feeling like there was no good way to leave that store.
I know.
It's not that and Gianna's not a crier, so she wasn't crying in the store, but I could see it in her face that she was like, I can't find anything. So I was just like, we went there with the idea of like, they'll have more of a selection, and they just didn't. And when I tell you hundreds and hundreds of dresses, and we found 2 that she was able to try on. And they were both the ugliest dresses I've
Yeah,
ever seen
because
in
you
my
start
life.
in your head making it that I have to pick something that just that I can get on.
Yeah. Yeah.
No matter what it looks like.
Yeah.
No matter the proportions.
I was like,
this
this is like
fits,
the
so-
worst dress. I was like, this isn't you at all. And what she wore, she had 2 dresses. Well, that one, which I don't even know. I think we put it in the back somewhere. It's like floating around here. What she wore was much more her than what this was. This to me just looked like an old, like matronly.
Of course.
It just wasn't. It was fine. Like it had a lace top. It had like a illusion neckline. It had like no sleeves or whatever. But I was just like, and it had like a tulle. It was black.
How were the salespeople? Did they feel like
No, they didn't even
upset
help.
that they were?
It was like a shop yourself.
Oh,
Nobody
man.
even walked over to us. It was like a. It was like a rodeo in there.
Count your days of the store. You know.
I don't think so. It's like a
That's
little
terrible.
gold mine.
Well, I'm sad Gianna had that experience.
Yeah,
Because
still,
no one
'cause
deserves
it's
that.
still
Well, that's the whole thing,
semi-recent.
and that's what these girls, they are going to the store thinking that I'm gonna find something,
Yeah.
and then they get 1, 2, and it's just, and I don't. It's hard because like we're trying to like get the word out. It's like how do you educate people and be
course.
like, come here, like we'll help you, like let us, like help you find or make you feel
Yeah.
like you should feel
At
beautiful
least
and
give you a
confident.
safe space.
Right.
At the very least.
At
At
At the very
can
least,
do.
have a stylist that
Yeah.
knows your body and all that good stuff.
Who's going to be like, you know what, you have the best curves. Like, let's pick a
Yeah.
dress that's going to
Yes.
flaunt them and not feel like we have to hide them,
Yeah.
Make you feel confident. And that's
Yeah.
like, I feel like every customer that comes in here, our ultimate goal, and this is what I tell all stylists when we're training, is that the ultimate goal is to have them leave 10 times more confident than when they walked in.
Right.
I don't care what happens throughout the appointment, but as long as they walk out of here feeling like, wow, that person made me feel like $1,000,000, like I am the hottest person
Yes.
alive, that's the goal.
Yeah. It's
For
amazing.
everyone. Prom,
Yeah.
moms, all of them.
Proms and moms.
That exhale when like they have a dress zip on them, even like
Or when you
it's
have to
like,
take the
sometimes they're
clips out.
yeah, like they're
Yeah.
like, I've never like had
Right.
a dress like that already.
Every
eases
time.
them, like
Every
But then you know what's
appointment.
really funny? Do you get the moms in here? They're like, "Oh God, that's too big," and you're like, "Okay, I have to clip it."
Which
I
way
don't.
do you
I don't.
want it?
They'll like.
They don't
look,
wanna
You can't
see
just
it.
come in here, by the way, and like shop. Like you need to be paired with a
Yes,
stylist.
yes.
You need to try on dresses. You need to get clipped. All the like anything that you have to try on that's a sample. Like you need
Yes.
to let it like just. Like
Yes.
go its course.
that's
type
why when
of
they
thing.
hang out in the
Like,
dressing
let us
room
do our
area,
thing.
I'm like, see, we'll present her to
I
you.
know, like just
'Cause
wait.
you're gonna hate it. You know,
Yes.
it's something that fitted to you.
Yeah.
Right, like,
Just
and that's
ruin
another thing.
it.
Like, sit down.
Relax, we got
down.
this.
We know what we're
The
doing.
banging.
Yeah.
The banging. Sit down. Damn
Beat
it.
it.
Yeah,
Don't block the walkway for God's sake.
I know.
Blessings.
Yes.
Yeah, no, you can't block the walkway
Yeah.
where all the brides and the
Yes.
girls and the moms
Yes.
are all walking.
It's just
Yeah.
chaos.
like out. It's like chaos in the dressing
Yes.
room.
Yeah.
And it's just, like
Seat.
it's so funny.
Well-
Just sit down and enjoy the show.
Right? Yes. Just take a load
Can we
off.
just make signs and put them everywhere?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm
No,
for
they
it.
don't. They don't read the signs.
No, they don't.
I know that would be a waste of our times. Yeah.
Don't waste your vinyl.
This is kind of leading me into Elle. Didn't you have a couple tips on how to
Yes.
stay positive throughout your appointment?
Oh, good.
I do have a couple.
Let's hear 'em.
Yes. So the first is, I would say, to only bring your best cheerleaders. And I know that that is tricky because I have, sorry to break it to you, Mom. There was a fake appointment that was done with you.
She doesn't know.
No, she doesn't know.
Now she does.
We Mom. You were great. We did one with just JP and his husband because I just knew that your family members or your loved ones that have to be guided gently. So we did that, but I know like some brides are like, absolutely not, like I have to bring these people. I feel like the best thing to do is have a talk, be very transparent. Like if Mom is in her head, has the preconceived notion, because she has body issues too, so she feels like you have to wear sleeves or you have to wear an A-line or something. If you feel like that's not the direction, the first step is to be very clear, like, hey, I'm making a dress appointment and I really, really want to go strapless. I really this is what I see myself in. Just to take that initial shock out. I get it. That's what you're gonna see me in. So I know that you had whatever, just address it, and then be like, just let them know that you really need positivity that day. So if that doesn't work, I myself made a fake appointment just for peace of mind, meaning we did our first appointment here before I worked here, and that's what pushed me to come back. And I did I got like 5 favorites, I think, and then we put them in the system, and then we came back with Mom. Right? That's where if she wanted to see something that I was like absolutely not happening, we'll throw a wild card in for Mom, like, oh, get a sleeve dress, get a whatever.
Right. Did she do that?
We did. She didn't do the sleeve. She was open, but I could read her face and what she was not loving. Yeah. And the fact that I already knew what my favorite was, and she saw me react like with tears and happiness, it kind of allowed her to be like, that is the one, okay?
Oh, okay.
So, and
were you
awesome.
nervous?
I was gonna say, were you nervous that she wasn't gonna like you?
Yes, we were all like, I was looking at JP, like my brother, and we were all like, but then when I got it back on, all of those good moments happened, and she, like, till this day, talks about that first dress. Was so mad that I changed out of it for the reception, but she loved both. But
both were beautiful.
Yeah.
A lot of girls don't realize that fake appointments do exist, and you can do it. So if you're like, I can't say yes without my mom being here, but she's going to make it very overwhelming for me, and I'm not going to enjoy my time, come without her.
Yes.
And then you can still, like, even if you're getting close to the wedding date, you could still buy it, you could still do everything, and then still have that experience with Mom, be like, do exactly what Elle did, make it known, this is your dress, and then they're never going to second guess it. They're going to be like, at the end of the day, they want to see their daughter happy.
Of course.
So they see you like, oh my God, this is the one, crying, all of it. Especially if you have the other family members here who were there the first time pushing it, then definitely.
Yeah. We take our brides and we have that conversation. Like, if you ever, I don't know, you can make up a signal, make up a word. If you need to be pulled out.
Word.
Yeah,
grapefruit.
Safe
you
word.
know, I smell grapefruit. What is that?
Could you imagine? We should do that.
Yes.
We should have it in the dressing rooms.
Yes.
Well, now, moms, shut your ears. Put your earmuffs on. We'll have it in the dressing room on the mirror and be like, if you need a safe word, just be like, do you need help? Does it smell? Just be like, does anyone smell grapefruit? And then the bride will know. And then the stylist will know.
Okay, so I think we need to take a breather. Let me come get you some water.
Yes.
Come with me.
We're going to take a little break.
Wow, it's like when you go to a bar and they're like, do you feel threatened?
Yes. Yes.
Put the cover over the get on top.
Yes.
I'm in love with this idea.
Yeah.
It gets hectic.
We'll write it on the mirrors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cute. That's
Invite
adorable.
Do you need a break from your family? Tell your stylist that you think you smell grapefruit.
Sounds crazy.
Wait, that's adorable, actually.
Very necessary.
But it's true.
Yes.
Almost every single appointment I have, there comes a point where I'm like, wow, I feel like I need a break from the family.
Yeah.
It's true. Even we've
where the
gotten that a
moms
bunch
are
of
like,
times.
they'll look at the girl in the dress and they're like,
They're not giving.
maybe you should get a boob job, or maybe you should like.
Maybe your ass is the size of a shelf.
Right.
It's always a comment, and it happens more times than not. And then when I do get a family that's like incredible, I'm like, I love you guys.
Yes.
Like everyone needs to take note of how you guys are reacting, like where they just hype them up in everything.
So
even if the bride comes out and she's self-conscious, she's like, oh, I don't want to show them, and they're like, I've had women clapping, like showing off.
That's
like,
so great. I love families like that.
That is what you need to bring, and that's going to help you keep your confidence and
Absolutely.
It's a big
Throughout the whole
day. So
appointment.
like
Yes.
honestly, like having those people sit there, if they're gonna drag it down, because we've seen families come in here where I'm just like, what's happening?
Yes.
Like, could they be? It's like they're going to a funeral and not. Well, maybe they
Yes.
feel like they are. I don't know. But I guess it depends on who you marry.
situation.
And that's nothing to do with your dress. Don't bring it here.
Yeah, it really
Yeah.
doesn't. At the end of the day, the dress means more, so it's fine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Pictures, you know. So that's definitely one of the things. Or even if you pull a dress or we pull a dress that you know you hate on yourself off the hanger, and you're like, I don't even want to go out. We do not have to.
Yeah, you don't have to
I
show.
even ask
everything.
my brides.
Oh, yeah.
If I can see that they're not looking comfortable, I'm
We
like,
don't
do you
need
even
to.
want to go out there in this? Because
No
you don't
need.
have to.
We just move to
Yeah.
the next one. And on top of that, anyway, if you really hate it, move to the next one anyway. You're just wasting
Yeah,
time
it's
at
a
that
waste
point.
of your
Exactly.
appointment
It's a
time.
literal
You know
waste
what?
of time.
You know, it
Yes.
always happens though when the family pulls a dress for them.
Oh,
Where's
always.
that one?
Where happens that one? I
Yeah.
thought you were going to try that one on.
Yeah. Yep.
did.
And
That's
then
when
she's
it
just, like,
always
a
happens.
miserable-
Yes.
Yep. And then I'm
Yeah.
like, do you want to go out in that? And she's like, I kind of have to because they pulled it. I'm like, no, you don't.
You don't. You really
You don't.
don't. It's
No.
your time. Yeah.
This is your dress appointment.
Yeah.
You're running the ship here.
Yeah.
No
We've
one else.
had
Anytime.
girls in the past, and I don't know if it's happened at this store. I know it's happened at the other store where girls have bought dresses based on what their family liked, and midway through their wedding planning have decided, I hate that dress.
Yeah.
And I only bought it because my family liked it, and I didn't go with the one that I want, and came back and bought a second because
Yeah.
they were like, I don't even know what to do
Yeah,
with this
of
situation.
course. Oh,
And that's not
That
right either,
sucks.
because now you're putting, nobody wants to
Yeah.
walk down and you shouldn't be walking down the aisle in a dress that your family picked and not you. Like, you need to love it. You don't
Yes.
have to have bridal tears. You don't have to have cry.
Yeah.
There
I
didn't
doesn't need to
cry.
be that. I didn't cry either.
I didn't cry for any of my three.
Just
I didn't cry for
One.
mine. Two.
My three dresses.
it's
Um,
and like that goes into also don't buy a dress with like these thoughts in your head that this will look great once I lose the stomach
Oh,
weight or
That is the most important tip ever.
No,
Thank you
that
for bringing
day.
that up.
that day that you
Yes.
look great in.
That day. Because
Yes.
you can't rely on losing weight. And you're not going to, why are you going to put your that much
be
pressure
tethered
on
to
you?
that.
Don't put pressure
Yes.
on yourself because it's already a very stressful
Exactly.
time. And then what happens when bodies change? You know,
You know,
like
100%.
what
And you
worked for
never
me in
know
the
where you're gonna
past
lose
to
and
lose
Yes.
weight.
You don't know where you're
Sticky.
gonna lose weight either.
Yeah, you don't know where you're going
Where
to
you're
lose
gonna
weight.
lose it.
What's worked in the past isn't
No.
necessarily going to work
Yes.
anymore because guess what? We're not teenagers
Exactly.
anymore.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
yeah, don't rely on that because you should feel very happy and confident as you are.
Yeah.
And, you know, your fiance loves you exactly how you are.
Yeah,
So,
that's why he's with you.
yeah, exactly.
Or she.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
They're doing
them.
life with you.
Yeah. So keep that in mind, and you know you're gonna walk out of here feeling confident. So we're gonna make sure of that. But any other tips?
Also, it's important to, if you want people to respect your rules of body positivity, to keep in mind them. So, like for your bridesmaids or people, like
Oh.
maybe not
That's a good one.
requiring them to be in the same type of silhouette or
Yeah.
something.
You like know your bridal
Yeah.
party's like, you know.
Yeah. So I
sure.
am having my girls do all the same dress, different colors, but I picked a
works too.
style. And I actually had everyone try the dress on first
Exactly.
before saying, okay, this is what we're getting.
But
Because
that
I
even
don't
feels
want
great for
anyone
them
to-
to like
yeah.
feel like
Yeah, 'cause I was
they
like-
know already.
We actually set up a whole party and we
Yes.
were like, all right, listen, we have these sample dresses. Everyone's going to try on the size that they ordered. And we did it through Revelry.
Yes, that's
And
what
it
I
was
used
just,
to.
it was so
Great.
cheap. It was like, this is not sponsored
That's
by
a
them.
legit
But
plug. We both use
Don't
them.
sponsor them. There's small stores around the world going like this.
but
I'm not a fan of online purchasing for bridesmaids or anything like that.
I don't
So
know,
I do not
for-
support it.
for me, it was
Sorry.
just easier.
I
I have
know it
girls
is
all
easier.
over the place.
That's why it
So
makes sense.
we couldn't
It's
go to a
convenient.
store. I would have definitely gone to
Yeah.
a store with everyone, but it was just easy for me to go online and be like,
Yeah.
I know the quality of dresses. So like I was pretty set on I would see the dress in person and then be able to decide if it was worth it or not. So since it was a convenience factor for everyone, we did a little try on where I think you paid like $5 to have the
Yeah.
dress
Yeah.
come in. We did a little party. They set everything up like champagne
I
and
love
like
that. It was
cake
so
and
cute
stuff.
when they did that.
Adorable. I wasn't
Yeah.
even expecting it, but It was a fun time for the bridesmaids, a little bonding experience. Obviously, everyone couldn't be there, but they were there via FaceTime. Nice. But then you're able to see, like, is everyone comfortable? Like, try it on. Tell me if you have any reservations. Let's get it out now. Yes. And then, you know, I actually had a whole, like, PowerPoint slideshow where we talked about
managerial everywhere. You can't help it.
Oh God,
she's managerial everywhere.
So
you're like a Lifetime movie.
Am I?
Yes.
But like a Hallmark movie.
Thank you.
Like a Hallmark movie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I really do appreciate that compliment.
Like one of those like psycho Christmas people. She took it like that, so she's like, I'm gonna take it as that, as such.
Right,
I stood in front of the class.
Take it as you will.
She came in with her bride
You're
briefcase.
like when the girl starts planning in the Hallmark movie, and then everything goes like.
Listen, knock
She's
on wood.
No,
better knock on. This is not wood.
It doesn't go bad. It's just that.
It doesn't go as she expected.
Yes.
No, it's just that life and then
happens.
it changes her perspective of
like
nothing's changing
how
my
dare you say
perspective.
that's gonna happen.
I know.
How dare you?
Not to me.
She's got her butt. Where's your binder?
Right here.
No.
I have a note. I have like 10 notebooks.
Your bridal binder.
Oh, at home.
Yes.
This is why I was the perfect person to make this timeline.
Yes.
The ultimate wedding timeline.
Type A from a type A bride. So.
Yes. Well, so I stood in front
there
of
were
the class.
certain things. Remember, I was like, take that out.
Oh yeah, I was
like, stop that.
No, we actually got into an argument.
We did.
Larry.
Go ahead. Tell them.
I'll tell them.
Go ahead.
So,
let's see what Elle. Well, we know what Elle thinks.
Corinne decided that she was reading through the magazine, reading through my checklist, and she goes, "Hold on. A month before the wedding, why do you have pack for the honeymoon?"
A month before the honeymoon, she's packing.
Well, okay.
In luggage.
I can't.
Here's my thing. You're at least planning I'm planning my outfits months in advance. I'm probably planning my honeymoon outfits as we speak right now. I'm not kidding.
We don't think you're kidding.
Okay.
It's not.
The silence is believing you 100%.
So, I know what I'm going to be wearing.
She's like has a PowerPoint of fun.
It was like
my
full
thing.
on back and forth for like a good half hour where I was like, this is the most ridiculous.
Can I explain myself?
Go on.
Okay. So you're a month before the wedding. You have other things going on, right? Okay. So, but you're leaving for your honeymoon probably right after. So aren't you going to pull out all the things as you're thinking of them, making a checklist, pulling out the things, at least keeping them on, like I have a garment rack separate, like in my bathroom for specific things, like special occasion stuff. Wouldn't you be pulling stuff out?
She's like a PA on her own.
I can't wait till she has kids.
I'm just seeing a montage of myself like throwing baby suits
what,
into the carry-on the morning of.
Out of respect for you, there are a lot of people that are planners like you are.
You're being diplomatic. That is good. There's other cycles out there. I mean,
there are. I just think
I envy it. I want to be like that.
My biggest argument, because the whole thing was, I was like,
ahead.
you're gonna pack and put in luggage. She was like, yeah, and I was like, why would you want to put all the stuff in luggage? Like it's gonna smell like your suitcase.
Bags.
I don't even. When I go on vacation,
You Ziploc bags. You put things in like.
Do you know what that's gonna? We're gonna get into this again. Do you know what that's gonna smell like?
Fine, I won't. And now
People in St. Lucia are gonna be like, back up. You smell like a dirty suitcase.
Ziploc couple. Like tubes and.
I'm just telling you for your own.
Okay, so now I redirected.
She did.
Based
She
on
did.
that feedback.
She redirected.
Okay. Now we're going to take everything out and put it on a garment rack. So I'm still packing. I'm prepping for my honeymoon.
We're just not putting it in the suitcase
It's on a
anymore.
rolling.
Yes.
I still think it's excessive, but I do feel like you do you.
I will.
That's cool. It's cool. I'm alright with it.
Listen, I like to be prepared.
No,
'cause I don't
she's a
wanna
planner.
I don't want to get to my honeymoon and be like,
Do you plan? Do
I
you
should
do this
have-
for Justin too? Like, are you like have your swim trunks? Like,
Oh,
what are you doing?
yeah. I
yes,
didn't think
I
of
will
that.
I'll make checklists for him too, and I'll be like,
Okay.
don't forget to bring that, and I'll actually be like,
Is
we're
Justin
gonna
a
wear
planner?
flamingos. It's Justin a planner.
See, so she's gotta.
Okay.
I think
So
that's
no.
a perfect couple.
That's a hard no.
Yeah,
That's the
you
perfect
can't
couple.
do-
One of us is type A, and he's actually said this when we first started dating too. One of us is type A, one of us is type
We
B.
need to get Justin on.
And we, yes,
need the-
please, actually.
need the
He'd be
spouses.
hysterical. No, he would say nothing. No, he's actually very chatty.
Love it.
So,
I've met him.
His
He's like, hey.
perspective.
yeah.
He was-
No, we would probably just bicker the whole time because we have like I'll be like we have to plan all of this,
Yeah.
and he'll be like, no, we don't.
You don't.
Like he'll just throw his stuff on the side of the
That's a
bedroom.
man. Didn't you ever see
And,
the TikTok with the guy when she's like, "You're done packing," and he's like, "Yeah, I got my jeans." She goes, "What if it gets hot? I'll roll them up." And he goes, "Well, what if you get cold?" He goes, "Well, I got my flannel." And then she's like,
Yeah.
"What shoes are you gonna bring?" And
Yeah.
he's like, "Well, I'm wearing my sneakers."
It's accurate.
I'll pick
It's
outfits based on what I'm wearing for Justin. Like I'll go in his closet and be like, that white button down is really gonna go very well with this outfit that I have planned.
Is his stuff on the garment rack?
Yes,
Nice.
it is.
Okay, so
This
she's
better be a big garment.
It is.
rolling.
Yeah.
It's ready.
Yeah,
I have a
it's
big
like
bathroom, so I'm able to like tuck it in there and
Nice.
keep like all of his army uniforms are like lined up. My like special occasion dresses are over there, like in their garment bags, stuff like
okay.
that. And then I have another garment rack in my laundry room.
Yeah.
She's fancy.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
very fancy. And I
I don't
respect
even have that in my bathroom.
Don't.
I can't wait to have a bigger house because just you wait.
We don't know. We
She's an
can't. We
aesthetic
can't
queen.
wait.
So yes, if you want to type a event planning
You should have been an
checklist.
event planner, maybe.
Yeah.
You don't want those problems.
I've worked. I don't know. I like fashion. I went to
Yeah.
school for fashion.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
You know, Kim Kardashian was like an organizer.
Was, yeah, right.
Now she's like a
closets.
billionaire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a missed
Very
opportunity, I
trajectory.
feel like.
Yeah.
Is it? Maybe I should.
Yeah.
Is that how she got famous?
Yeah.
That's
She
it.
was
It
like
nothing
Paris
else.
Hilton's,
There's
like,
nothing else.
right? Right? Yeah. Maybe you should need to get, maybe we can have Kim K come on our show.
Yeah. All right.
I think she would
Teach
like
me your
it.
ways.
Teach me your ways.
So I think that wraps up this episode.
I think
Yes.
We talked about a lot. Definitely check out our magazine.
I really like the magazine.
Click the link.
Trick
Sorry, I'm obsessed with it.
cover girl.
Click the link. Go get one digital version, or
That
we
lady
could
should
ship
listen
one
to
to
me
you.
more. I'm on the cover of a magazine. Just saying.
That's what you should have said instead of
Lady, I just got off the phone with.
Oh my god, no one knows about that.
Nobody does and nobody will.
All right.
Wrap it up, lady.
Well, we will see you again in the next episode.
Yes, of Brides, Booze, and Boobs.
Bye.
Get the hell out of here.
Boobs are last. I remember that.